2 years ago, a couple moved to a small town 45 minutes away from the city and 45 minutes away from the husband's family. Now, they're just in their own little happy bubble because they're moving to this small, quaint town for a better job opportunity. They found the perfect house. They're pregnant with their second baby. I mean, they're just excited. They're so excited to start this new chapter of their life, completely oblivious to the fact that some of the family members on this side that they moved away from, they're not taking it very well. So after they move, they're still in their bubble, like getting set up in their little community. And the husband continued to do what he always did with his mom, which he sent her real estate listings, I guess, because in 2020 she sold her home and she had been renting ever since. But now that they were living in this amazing little town that they just thought, oh my God, my mom would actually like this too, he started sprinkling in listings for the small town, surrounding areas, and some for the city too, in case the mom just wanted to stay in the city. Okay, so fast forward to 2023, and this, mom, mother-in-law, whatever, is going to come and visit so the couple can make her birthday dinner. Now, they just said, hey, we're going to run to the store to get the final ingredients. Just text us when you leave the city so then we know kind of like how much time we have. They're going to have 45 minutes at that point. Well, they got to the store, this cute little grocery store in a small town. We've all been in one. And they're just putzing around. They're like, it's so strange. We haven't heard from your mom yet. It's kind of been a while. Like, she should be on the road by now. But they just get their stuff. They get home. Still no text. Mom's not anywhere around. So they start preparing a little bit. And then finally he's like, I think I better call my mom. Like, this is kind of weird. So he calls his mom and comes to find out that she never texted to let them know that she was leaving the city. She actually got there when they were at the grocery store, and she was so upset that no one was there on her birthday that she immediately turned around and went right back to the city and was pouting in her apartment, waiting for their call. So after she explained how frustrated she is, she then took that time on her birthday to unleash how upset she has been for the last 2 years. She hates the fact that they moved 45 minutes away. Now she's grieving the fact that they took her grandchildren away, again, 45 minutes away. She gets to see them all the time. She absolutely hates small towns with a passion, and you keep sending me these listings for a small town. I hate driving to your town. I hate everything about your town. So it was just like, they were shocked. They were like, okay, I'm so sorry. Like, we thought we were helping. Like, sorry. They apologized. It was still tense, but they kind of got over it. Fast forward to present day, and they were over at her house in the city, and the son saw on the calendar moving to their small town. So moving to Janesville or something like that. Moving to Janesville. And he's like, oh, what? So he goes to his mom. He's like, what's on your calendar? It says you're moving to Janesville. What is that all about? Well, yeah, I mean, you're pregnant with your third baby. I had tons of help when you guys were little, and I figured, I'm going to move and help you. But before I move, I want you as a couple to talk about it, make sure it's okay, and then I'll come if you guys tell me it's okay. So he, on the way home, the couple is talking, and here is why the listener is reaching out. She's like, I am not comfortable with this because we did not know for 2 years she was harboring all this resentment towards us for moving. She hated driving all the time she drove to our small town. She hated that. Like, she literally was seething venom at us that she hated our small town so much. Now she wants us to make the choice for her to move to our community. She's like, don't get me wrong. Like, our kids would love to have grandma here. We would love it too. Like, she is such a good support. Like, we get along. It was just so shocking that she had that reaction. So she goes, I don't want to be a part of resentment down the road for her, like, purchasing a home in our small town after she just went off on how much she hates this small town. So that's where she's at, and she's asking for our help. Here's my thoughts, and you guys tell me what you think and tell her what you think in the comments. I believe your mother-in-law is a full-grown adult. If she wants to move to your town to be closer and help you with the grandkids, she can, right? Like, she has autonomy. She can do that with her own money, and like her possible resentment down the road, That's not on you. But here is one thing you can do to just kind of like put a boundary around like making the decision for her. Your husband can go back to his mom and just say, hey, Mom, I just want you to know, like, obviously we're okay with wherever you want to live. Like, we want to make sure that's clear. Like, we just want you to be happy. So wherever you want to live, we're cool with that. We just don't want to influence your decision because, previously you said how much you hated our town, how much you were upset that we moved there. So we just want to make sure we're not influencing your decision and that this isn't a decision you make on your own. But just so you know, no matter where you live, we're okay. Because I think it would be good because I think she's asking for permission. Like, do you think this would strain your marriage? Do you think this is intrusive? Like, I think she's just circling back to make sure it's still a good idea. And honestly, just on your mother-in-law's side, maybe she was going through some stuff. I mean, maybe it was very traumatic for her to have you guys move. Maybe this was the first time a family member had moved away from her. And now she's gotten to process it. So 2 years ago you moved. It was a lot for her. She was just still trying to understand like the driving, the commuting. And also, I don't know how old she is. She could have been going through perimenopause, hormones, maybe stuff with her parents. She could have been stressed. Like, we actually don't know what was going on with her during that time. And outside of that experience, it sounds like you guys get along just fine. I mean, your husband was sending her listings, and you guys at that point thought that was a great idea. So if you wanted to have a boundary and not be, like in the deciding factor, like influencer, you could say that. But as far as, worrying about her wanting to come there and stuff, she could have had a change of heart. She could have processed all her feelings around it by now. Like, she could have had something else going on besides the move, or maybe the move was just that traumatic for her and now she's resolved it. I don't know, just some thoughts. I would just, say she's a big girl. She can make a big decision on her own. What do you guys think?